If you're anything like me, then you know that Pro Clubs is the most fun game on FC25 or any of the FIFAs previously. However, Pro Clubs is dying. Let me explain why. You can split the Pro Clubs community into two solid groups mostly, I think. You've got what I would call the first major group, which is the people who play Pro Clubs every now and then with their mates. They mainly play Ultimate Team, but when their mates jump on every now and then, they'll have a few games. They don't really get too far in the leagues. They might be sort of max rating by the end of the game, they might not, and they just play it for a laugh. That's most people. The second group is the sort of hardcore Pro Clubs community. It's their main game. They don't really even play Ultimate Team. They strive to sort of max out the Pro as soon as possible, and they want the best meta play styles, and they play in the Pro Leagues of Pro Clubs. And really, I think Pro Clubs is dying because it doesn't serve either of these two groups as well as it could. Not only are we going to dive into the main issues with these two groups, but we're also going to mastermind a plan or two to help fix these issues and help bring Pro Clubs back to what it should be. I've got 5 points for you today to walk through, and the last one on this list is the main one that we need to fix. One of the main issues to me is the game's progression. It really has two phases that you can break it down into. It has the first phase, start of the game, and then the second phase, which is the rest. Start of the game is when you and your mates, you all jump on, you maybe just finished playing Ultimate Team for the first couple of days, and you all go on Pro Clubs for the first time. You're all 80 or 81 rated, and it's a fucking blast, right? It's one of the best points of the game, and everyone knows what I mean, and you all love it. You've just made your pro look like your mate's mother or that weirdo on TikTok that's going around, and it's class. Everyone's loving life. Then whether it be for Ultimate Team, boredom, or just any other reason, you guys stop playing, and slowly and surely, you won't really touch the Pro Club scene again for a few weeks, months, whatever it might be. This is where we enter phase 2, which I just call the rest. This is kind of that abyss after the first few weeks, where for the rest of the game, you kind of jump on Pro Clubs once every few weeks, maybe not even that, maybe slightly more frequently if you like the game. But overall, you're not playing the game repetitively. So how do we solve this? How do we keep people playing Pro Clubs or really wanting to play Pro Clubs? It's simple. More content, but not just more content for the sake of it, like the stupid Pro Club cosmetic items that come in the Ultimate Team Season Pass, right? More genuine Pro Clubs content. This brings us on to point number 2. I will always argue that the gameplay of Pro Clubs is the best and highest ceiling gameplay that FC has to offer. But the disparity between Pro Clubs and Ultimate Team for content is just mental. Ultimate Team's got daily content on top of weekly promos, on top of mega promos like Team of the Season and Team of the Year, every single year. And Pro Clubs, well, Pro Clubs gets a yearly update, I guess. And even then, it's not much, right? It's normally a few cosmetic changes. They might add a slight tweak to the skill tree. It's just nothing really that matters. And I'm not stupid. This is, of course, because of the financial disparity between the two modes, right? Ultimate Team has loads of money pumped into it. They've got loads of developers on it, working on it. Pro Clubs probably has one guy in the office whose whole job it is just to work on that game. And that's it. I get it. So what are you saying the fix is, Gede? Are you saying the fix is just to add more content to clubs? Kind of. Clubs doesn't have content for that financial reason. So how do we fix that? I think that actually is simple. If there's no one on EA to work on Pro Clubs because they're all working on Ultimate Team, then make Pro Clubs its separate game. It's not the first time this point's been mentioned, and it would make so much sense. Make Pro Clubs an actual game that costs £20, £15, make the normal FIFA game cost a little bit less, and then use that money that people pay just to play Pro Clubs to invest in the game and making it a full functioning game with new content, a progression system, everything. I think what you actually do there is please everyone as well. There'll be certain people who don't touch Pro Clubs ever, and they get a cheaper game. And then there's people who play only Pro Clubs, and they can play what they would call FIFA for £20 each year rather than the standard 60 or 70, whatever it is now. Now, will this change actually ever happen? Sadly, I don't think this one will. But the next one on the list definitely should. For me, this is arguably the most important change they could add for next year, just because of how simple it is. And before any of you mention dropping match, no, I'm talking about a dedicated looking for gain system that's not absolute AIDS. One with integrated features and search features, and you can put different requirements in for what club you're looking for, and if you're a club owner, you could put what sort of players you're looking for, what positions. And again, I know you're saying this kind of already exists, but it just doesn't. People have to go out of the way to Discord and search random clubs. It just doesn't make sense. There needs to be more search parameters and more ways to filter. a proper integrated menu that's obvious to all new players. How a more polished feature of a looking for group system isn't in the game already is genuinely beyond me. The game relies on cooperation and having full 11-man teams to be played to the highest level. And how many pro clubs teams actually have 11 players regularly? Such a small percentage of them because of this issue. Now, if it isn't already clear, the solution for this issue is to add a looking for group system. It's to add this feature. It's to make it available and make it well polished. But to be honest, it's no surprise that a system like this doesn't exist because of this next point on the list. Now just tell me, what would you rather watch? A World Championship final between two of the best Ultimate Team players, or a World Championship final between 22 of the best Pro Clubs players playing against each other at the highest level? Now if you said the Ultimate Team final, just seek medical attention. Why EA doesn't have an official Pro Club scene is so far beyond me. There's clearly a proven player base there for it. Just look at the community servers on Discord and online, which by the way are amazing. If you want to play Pro Clubs and you're not already in one of these Discord servers or part of one of these leagues, go and join them, seriously. My solution for this isn't just EA go make Pro Club scene. No, it's one step further, right? It's go and make a Pro Club scene integrated with these existing communities like the SFL or the VPG leagues that already exist. And on top of this, imagine it with full viewer interaction. Imagine a viewer voted man of the match and then a sort of FPL style game where certain pros can get you points based on goals like the real FPL. Then maybe even an NBA style draft system where people can transfer players between clubs in certain windows in the season. There's just so many different opportunities there for EA to mess around with and make integrated systems that people would love and love to watch. And all of this will just be loved by the community overall, but they just don't seem interested. And if EA did actually make a club scene, it might actually incentivize them to go and fix this next issue on the list. Right, if you play clubs at all this year, then you know this one is by far the most important issue on the list. Right, imagine this, yeah? You're playing pro clubs finally after a few weeks off, you summon all three of your mates, it takes you about 3 hours to get onto the screen and you actually want to search for a game because your mates have been dicking about making food. But you finally start searching for a game. Go into a game and you get disconnected. First game on, disconnected. Nice one, yeah. It sounds like I'm taking the piss, but if you've played clubs this year, you'll just know how common this is. You all restart your games, which isn't normal, by the way, to even do, right? But you all restart your games, you go, right, we'll go again. You search again, and by half time, you're 4-0 down because you all stink. But you're having a good time, right? You're with your mates, you're playing pro clubs, everyone's having a laugh. And then you get to half time and the game disconnects again because that's also a glitch. And there are countless more matchmaking glitches like that just this year in clubs, which, by the way, have been out for the full game cycle. And guess what? Have not even been attempted to be fixed once by EA. After all of the dead content and years of repetitive pro club systems, people still want to play this game. And they can't, or they can't play it reliably. Even you know the solution for this one. It's just 3 words. Fix the game. That simple. And with these glitches, it's no surprise that pro clubs is slowly dying. I'm telling you, man, EA, get me on the content team for pro clubs. Oh my God, we would cook so much. Anyway, I'm done ranting. What do you think of these pro clubs changes? Would they fix the game? And overall, what have we missed? What have we got right? What do you think would fix the game? And if you're just wanting to play pro clubs, but your mates are all knobheads who don't, then join the streams. We're live 7 p.m. UK time, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, doing community pro clubs and more. And honestly, it's a laugh. Even with all these glitches in the game, it's still a laugh. Get yourself there. Until then, in a bizzle.
No. Oh!